morning, friends. Today I've allotted some time to do some self-reflection. I have a series on my Instagram where I do like digital scrapbooking to sort of recount my month. And this month I actually wanted to try doing it physically. And I think I often forget like how much I actually do in a month. So being able to like touch and feel all of these special memories, all the things that you've accomplished, that is what helps me. That's why I love sculpting. It's why I love art making, because just the act of doing something with my hands helps me get all of my emotions out into the world. So here's my Hobonichi planner. I love this thing so much. And the great thing about these is that in the back of it, it has all these blank pages, and that's where we're gonna do our half-year reflection, because now it's July and we are officially more than halfway through 2024, which is crazy. To help commemorate all my memories these past 6 months, I'm gonna be using this tiny Lien printer. Thank you, Lien, for sending this to me. I've been wanting a small handheld printer like this for so long. It connects to your phone via an app, so you can choose exactly which picture you want to print out. And this is what the photo paper looks like. It is zero ink photo paper, so you never have to refill ink. As you guys know, printing is the bane of my existence, so this is very exciting for me. Just insert it white glossy side up. And now we're all set. Okay, let's print some photos for my journal. I've picked out my favorite photos from January to June, and now I'm just gonna connect it with Bluetooth. This is what the app looks like. This is a photo from my Amazon shoot. This is one of my biggest milestones of the year, so I definitely have to print that out. And now we just print. It's so cute! Oh my gosh, look at it. It's like the perfect size for my notebook too. Wait, you guys. Amazing. Okay. I love this photo. This was at my first like creator event and I met so many amazing people. She's holding a Target bag because she's from Ireland and they don't have Target there. Ooh, let's add a little border.
Train ride just to see you, ride for hours just to please you. You don't know how much I need you.
Okay, so here is what my spread is looking like so far. Nothing fancy at all. I used this white Signo pen to just like decorate the photos a little bit. I love this photo so much. And this one too. I definitely recommend using the border for like a cuter effect. I even used like this washi tape that I got from a Daiso in Houston when I went to visit my parents in February. This took me like 5 minutes. Printing was a breeze. This was so freaking therapeutic. I highly recommend just like taking a moment to sit down, look back on all the things you've done this year, because I can guarantee you've done so much more than you thought. Like I even printed out this photo of this matcha latte that I'm like so proud of, because this year I've been making a lot more drinks at home and that's something that I want to celebrate as well. I'm running late to meet up with a friend, so I'm gonna put my journal aside for now. If you want to check out Lien printers for any of your crafts, just click the link down below. You may notice that my background is a little different. That's because I've completely rearranged my desk setup. She's messy, but there's a vision. To be honest with you guys, I'm the type of person that experiences so much grief when things change, but I had to make this change because my eyes were just burning off from looking directly into the sunlight every single day. I'm also forcing myself to do a little exposure therapy. Just because something changes doesn't mean it's necessarily worse. There are a lot of pros to this setup. The biggest pro is that I get to protect my eyes as an artist without having to use the shades to block out all the light every single time I edit, and you guys get a change of scenery. I'm a big fan of just doing one thing at a time in order to accomplish a big goal. Instead of looking at the big mountain, which is my shop drop, I'm just gonna focus on one thing at a time, and the first thing I want to do obviously is sculpt my pieces. Last week I designed these two new characters, Matcha Bunny and Matcha Bear, so today let's just focus on one of the characters. I feel like I'm in a bunny mood today. I feel like we match.
손을 놓지는 못해 울어버리면 현실이 될까봐 참아보지만 같은 공간 속 서로 혼자인 채로 결국 눈을 마주보지 않는
So it is very dark all of a sudden. It's only 5:30, but it started pouring. I think this is the first time it's rained like this all season. But let me turn on some lights and I'll give you guys a progress update. So I finished all 10 of the bunny heads. So I'm pretty happy with that because that means the hard part is over with. The rest of the work is just in the body, which is all white, and then some really tiny matcha cups. So I should definitely be able to get all of that done today. It's been a while since I've sculpted this much, and while it does feel good, it also feels a little strange. Recently, I've been experimenting with having my friends like come over and help me like sculpt a little bit. So for my last drop, I released the strawberry and blueberry bun cakes, and I actually had my friend, who's also an artist, help me sculpt the pancakes. She is a painter, and she was telling me how she can't imagine herself doing this every single day because what I do is very repetitive and it's very tedious. And I was reflecting on that. I was like, why do I like repetitive and tedious things? You think that I'd be bored making the same thing over and over again, but like I just don't get bored of it. I love the feel of the clay and like how gentle I have to be with it and just super like mindful with everything I make. It eases my mind truly. Hi guys, it's the next day. I didn't end up finishing the bunnies last night. I got like really distracted and I only managed to add the legs. So today we're gonna focus on adding the arms and the little matcha cups. But before that, I really wanna just finish setting up my space, at least finish hanging up the curtains. We have this one curtain set up right here, but the rest we're gonna do today. I don't know, I just feel like I can't create when things are like in disarray. I'm sure you guys can relate to that. Like, of course, if I have to, I will brute force my way through my work, but I just don't need to do that all the time. And like I said yesterday, I just have a really tough time with change. And I think if I finish setting up these curtains, at least I'll feel a little better. Deep breaths. I was just like hugging Maxine all night because I don't know, I was just so anxious. By the way, if you aren't familiar, Maxine is my lucky goldfish character. She has a tangerine on her head and I turned her into a plushie. She's like the most perfect shape to hold and she's so comforting, which I need because as you can tell, probably I'm very uncomfy these days. Hopefully she'll be available in my store by the end of July. Okay, let's set up these curtains. In case you're wondering, I'm using these adhesive curtain tracks that I got off Amazon. These were literally everywhere on my feed and I could not escape them, so I caved. Be careful when using adhesive stuff if you're a renter because oftentimes if you have really smooth walls, these will stick a little too well and end up peeling off the paint when you want to move. I've actually always had the opposite problem where these things fall off way too easily because here we have these like bumpy walls, but this curtain's been doing surprisingly well actually. She's been hanging here for like 2 days, so hopefully that's a good sign. I don't have a ladder, so I'm just gonna climb up onto this table. Don't do this at home. Hi friends, so it's been a couple days and I feel like I haven't updated the vlog in forever, so let's just go down the list. In between our last update and now, I've sculpted a lot of small pieces. I made 10 of the matcha bears, 10 of the matcha bunnies, 5 of these matcha sandwich cookies, and 5 of these little, I think I want to call them tartlets. So that makes 30 pieces total. We're officially gonna have the new Uncomfy summer drop July 12th. It's 4:30 now and I just spent all day just sculpting, and I was FaceTiming an old friend, so that was super nice. I didn't realize just how productive I am if I have someone to talk to and they don't even necessarily have to be in the same room as me. So that's a life hack that I recently discovered. If you work from home or if you're an artist and you're struggling to be productive, just FaceTime or call someone. I feel like for me at least, having company distracts me from the fact that I'm working. So yeah, we FaceTimed for like 3 hours, and in that time I made all the bodies for the Peach Maxine desk friend, this gal right here, and I started assembling and shading the peaches. I feel like they look a little scary when they're plain, but yeah, I love how the peaches are turning out. Going back to how I'm updating my studio, I've had these curtains up for the past couple days and I absolutely love them. At first I didn't know how I'd feel with like the curtains blocking some of the window. Natural sunlight is like my life force. I'm a literal plant in that aspect. If I'm in darkness for too long, I get sad and wilty and I just don't want to do anything. But I think because they're sheer, they still let plenty of light in, especially in the mornings. And I used to always have the problem where there'd be too much sun while I'm filming, so I'd have to use the black blinds that came with this apartment to turn down the sunlight, and it would just be too dark. So this is like the perfect medium where if the direct sunlight is too bright for my footage, I can just draw the curtains, and it's such pretty and diffused lighting. The curtain tracks were pretty fun to put on, but make sure that you follow the directions. I made the biggest rookie mistake where I didn't read the instructions, and you're supposed to clean the wall with rubbing alcohol before you apply the adhesive tape, and then you're supposed to let it cure for an hour, and I didn't do any of that. So I just put the curtains on directly after I put on the tracks, and yeah, they fell off within the hour, and I didn't film that because I was so sad and embarrassed, but they're up now. They've been up for over 24 hours now that I've properly applied the curtain tracks, and I feel like hopefully they last more than a week. I'll update you guys. I feel like this is the perfect way to add curtains to your apartment. Not gonna lie, at first I was really struggling with this new setup because I don't know, I'm just so used to having my desk right up against the window. That's how I've been doing it for the past 2 years at this place and at my previous apartment as well. But I don't know, for the past couple weeks I've been feeling pretty stagnant. I'm a true believer in your identity being made up from your environment. So since I was feeling stuffy and stifled and stagnant, I really just needed to open up the space. Other than the curtains and just the overall layout, I really wanted to work on this area of my desk space. I feel like the posters and the postcards just look, this just looks bad in general to me. It looks very cluttered and just like messy almost. And then this spot is just empty. So I really want to fix that. I also got a ton of posters from Desenio, which is where Ashley Alexander got her posters from. So I'm excited to finally put these up. I think I'm also gonna take the opportunity to put some posters up here because this empty space has been bugging me for so long. I should have done this before I moved the desk here, but oh well. I went to graphic design school, so I had to. morning, guys. Mr. Uncomfy is still sleeping, so I'm gonna try to be a little quiet. The curtains fell last night. There's only one curtain left. Are we even surprised though? Like, I don't know why. I thought I could get it to work. And honestly, a normal curtain rod would have been easier. So we're just gonna do that. It was so nice while it lasted though. I feel like it did make the room feel just so much bigger. Last night I was in a rush to meet up with some friends, so I didn't get to finish putting up the frames. So let's do that now. Wait, you guys, it looks so good actually. This will be like the perfect spot for me to have my little morning coffee. Speaking of, I'm very tired. I need some coffee before we go on. I've been really into making honey lattes, and I have this superfood honey that Beekeeper's Naturals sent me. It has propolis, royal jelly, and bee pollen. This looks so good.
I don't think about it. About you leaving me. I don't know who I'd be. Would everything we built just turn to broken leaves?
Rusty red on her shoulder, I was cleaning her shoe.